Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. So today I'm doing a Teachers Pay Teachers store audit. You may have noticed that I took a couple of weeks off, and the reason I took a few weeks off is because I have something very, very exciting just around the corner. So make sure that you're watching for announcements on my Instagram. My Instagram is at Joyful Noise Teaching, and there's a really big exciting announcement coming actually in just 1 week. Also, if you want to make sure you find out before anyone else, you can sign up for my freebies on my email list. I'll put a little link right here, but it's also down in the show notes. Friends, I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're doing a TpT store audit. We're gonna be going and visiting a TpT store and making some suggestions that I think could lead to more money for that store, because that's what we're in TpT for to some extent, is we are trying to make a browser into a buyer. And I'm gonna show you how to do this with this little TpT store audit. I will see you over in the audit in just a few minutes. Friends, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, send it to your friends who are working on TpT who might need this help, and let me know what kind of content you would like, because I'm definitely focusing on TpT right now as people are thinking about starting stores going into the summer. I want to provide you all the resources that you need. Thanks for being here, friends. Thank you for subscribing. Let's jump right into the audit. Hello, everybody. Let's get started. We're going to check out Simply Library, who already I can tell puts a lot of hard work into these products because she's got a 4.7 rating, which for a new store, friends, is a really great rating. When I was first starting my store out, I remember there was a time when I had like a 4.6 rating and I was like, oh my gosh, because like all these bigger established stores have 5 stars. And now I think mine is higher than that. I don't remember what it is. Actually, we can just check. Let's see. 4.7. So 4.7 is my rating too. And the thing is, we can't get too worked up about star ratings on Teachers Pay Teachers, because some people, and I used to be one of these people before becoming a TpT seller, are gonna put the 4-star because I think the description for a 4-star rating is like, I was really satisfied. And 5 is like, it's perfect. So if you're somebody who's like, well, if it wasn't absolutely perfect, blow my mind, I'm just gonna put a 4, then that brings the rating down, but it doesn't. If you're getting a 4 or 5, that's a great star rating. People just don't always understand the system that TpT uses to rate. So if you're anywhere between a 4 and a 5, don't sweat it, don't think about it. It's not worth worrying about. Anyway, great that she's getting reviews, and that might be because she put this little banner right here that's saying leave a review and you'll get TpT credits, aka free money. And that's a really great thing because reviews do drive traffic on TpT. However, I do not think that reviews drive traffic as much as people think that they do. So let me show you what I would suggest for this space right here instead. Paging over to my store, in that space, I have an animated banner that changes every couple of seconds. If you would like an animated banner like this, I can do a tutorial. If you would like, just let me know in the comments. Or if you would like it designed for you, I'm currently doing some logo work on a very, very limited basis. My email is in the bottom of the description in the comments. If you would like me to do some logo work for you, you can reach out to me. I may or may not be able to do it because of just like the amount of requests, but I will if I can, and I can at least put you on a list. So send an email if you want or need that. So this is an animated GIF banner that I created that shows a bunch of different points of information, because here she's got one kind of call to action. Don't forget, leaving a review will give you TpT credits. That's a great call to action. But I would say, as far as turning your customers into long-term customers, reviews might not even be the thing you want to double down on in this space. What you might want to do instead is push them to the places where you can keep track of them, which is probably your social media channels. So you can see that I'm saying follow me on Instagram. On this third slide of this animated banner though, I'm saying click the star to stay up to date on products and freebies, because here's a little fun fact about Teachers Pay Teachers. When they click this follow button right there, people instantly get TpT emails every single time you drop a product. So it's like a way to get people on your email list essentially, because TpT will email them that you have put a new product out in that new resources email. So awesome that she already has 99 followers, but this might be a great way to prompt people to hit that star so that they can stay up to date on what's happening in your store. Okay, so that's the banner. Those are my suggestions for the banner. Make an animated GIF banner in that space. This is what we call the header. This is beautiful. I really, really love it. It's bright. It matches her products. I just think that's awesome. So I really don't have anything negative to say about that. If you don't have a header, I mean, get one because look how well it's serving her. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about before we scroll down into products themselves is love that she's participating in the sale that's happening today. Always a good choice. And the free download, great that she's got one right there. A think poster, I mean, that's always a really good one. It's got a wide range of applicableness that many people would want to download it from many different walks of teaching life. So definitely a good choice. Now I want to talk about logos for just a second. Okay, so let's talk logos. Of course, this teacher is so beautiful. So she's got her face here, which is what I recommend. Friends, please do not put a text logo as the logo for your store because people are buying from a person. That's the whole reason we talk about small business, is wanting to communicate with people. Like, I am a small business. I am a person. I am a teacher. This is who you're buying from. You're supporting a fellow teacher. So having her face here, great idea. Here's what I would suggest. In my logo, I have my face as well, but I also have the name of my store across the bottom of my logo. And the editing of the photo matches the colors in my branding. I don't know if that makes total sense, but the editing itself kind of has a pink overlay because that's one of the things that I use in my branding. And you can see that my branding is present in this logo overlay where it's also present here and here in my header, as well as that color pops up a lot in my products. So I would suggest getting a photo with maybe a little bit of editing to the photo to match your color. So a little bit of like a yellow tone to it. And then adding that overlay that says Simply Library. Plus that'll serve you well when you're adding your logo to products. You want to always have your Simply Library on the photo so that your logo goes with you at all times. It's also a really good idea to have a text logo because text logos do look good in the corner of products for copyright purposes. All right, let's get into some products. Okay, a couple things. I'm glad we're talking about this because while this is the coolest thing ever, I would change the name to social media template instead of Instagram because Instagram is a copyright violation. The thing with Teachers Pay Teachers, guys, is that there are tons of copyright violations on Teachers Pay Teachers that never get taken down. And then there are those that get reported for whatever reason and for whoever decides they need to do that. And then TpT takes them down and then you get a scary email that's like, if this happens again, you could lose your store. Okay. So we want to be really, really careful with copyright. So all you need to do with this is instead of Instagram, change it to social media. And then you're good to go. So that's an edit that I would make right there from just like a copyright perspective. So she's got her store to view as most recent. I would change that setting to best sellers so that people can buy what's already flying off your shelves. Okay. So I'm going to change that so we can see the best sellers view. And as that loads, I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for in the description of these bestsellers. Okay, so our top two here are The Days the Crowns Quit, which is a book sequencing lesson, and Even Superheroes Make Mistakes, Text to Self Connection. But I'm going to actually jump into these coloring pages because this might be the most broad, helpful description for this. So here's the coloring pages. Let's get started with it. Here we are in this listing. It looks super fun. I love them. So great job with designing them. First of all, it says it's compatible with easel activities. I can go more into easel if that's something that would interest you, but it's always a good idea if you have activities that are compatible with easel to do it just to differentiate. So here I love that she said not grade level specific. That's exactly what you should do for a coloring page. And then the subjects are really good. St. Patrick's Day, classroom community, totally agree, except instead of for all subjects, just because you have to think that these are keyword options, right? And most people are not going to be looking up for all subject activities, right? So I would change that to printables. Then coming down a little bit, let's look at the description. Okay, so this description right here needs fleshed out a little bit. 6 different coloring sheets for you and your students to choose from. I mean, it's accurate. That is definitely a description, but let me show you the description of one of my coloring pages. So here are some color by note rhythm coloring pages that I have in my store. And here's what the description for that looks like. First of all, it's included in these bundles. So there's kind of like a pitch for all of these bundles as you scroll through, which is always very important. Then scrolling more, you can see my description. So what I did is in the description, I'm just stuffing this puppy with keywords where it also reads and makes sense. Springtime and April showers, themed printable color by note, rhythm coloring activity is perfect for teachers, Sunday school teachers, homeschooling families, and more. So if somebody was typing in keywords like spring coloring activity, okay? Or if someone was typing in like April color by note, April color by note, or homeschooling or homeschool coloring activity, homeschooling coloring activity. Do you see what I mean? So it's lots of different things I think are highly searched right in the first sentence, because the first sentence is the most important. Then there's a little bit more, including other keywords like distance and virtual learning, that I want to include in the description, so that if someone were to type in like distance coloring activity or something, or like virtual learning worksheet or something, that this would pop up. Then here I make it very clear what's included, because that's a really great way to avoid a bad review, is by just being very specific about what people are going to get. It's also always a good idea to include a preview, which I've done up here, which I just have every page of my worksheet with the word preview over it. Okay, so like let's take a look. So like see that loopy preview scroll, so that it can't get like weirdly stolen, but this allows people to see exactly what they're buying when you have a preview like this. So I would probably encourage her to have one if she doesn't. So let's like look and see, maybe she's got one ready to go. Oh, look, she does. Yep, this is perfect. This is a great preview. Now, I do want to talk really briefly about like a second cover photo. So I have one, but then I also like to have this second one, just so like if the first cover, like for whatever reason, isn't like aesthetically pleasing to someone, or it doesn't grab them, that you can use this one to share the same product 2 times, because it's 2 different pieces of cover art. Does that make sense? Okay, so continuing down. So I've got what's included. Then I linked everything else somebody might be looking for during this time. So it's spring, so I put other spring activities, other St. Patrick's Day activities, and just in case we're in early spring, some Valentine's Day activities. Then I have compatibility to show exactly the compatibility of this file. So in this case, if it's a printable PDF, then I always bold this because I want to share my handles. Here's how you can click to follow me on TpT. Here's how you can click to come to my Instagram, because you have to think that some people didn't come through your store. They came through searching the keywords. Actually, most people probably searched the keywords, found this product, are reading the description, like what they see, and then they might click on this and go to your store and buy more. So it's a really good place to kind of like, again, make the browser into a buyer. Now, not everybody subscribes to product keywords, and you don't have to. It's a little bit controversial. You don't have to do it. Some people think it's totally unnecessary, and maybe it is. But my philosophy is, it's not going to hurt, then why not try it? And I have had really, really, really great numbers on keyword search for my products. So I'm going to keep, if it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it. So I continue to put keywords at the bottom of my products. So that's what I would change to maybe just make that store just even more just gorgeous. I think it's beautiful already. If you have more questions, please let me know, and don't forget to subscribe. I hope this was helpful for everyone, and thanks so much to Simply Library for letting me do this audit. Bye.